All right, I'm sitting here with Jayden Rollins, and Jayden is a criminal justice major who had an intern this past summer. And so, Jayden, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us.
Yes, sir, of course.
Hey, Jayden, give me an overview of your internship. Kind of tell me who you did it with, kind of what your overall role was, just a brief little overview of your internship.
Okay, so during my internship with the Texas Game Wardens this summer, I was able to ride with many different game wardens all across the Panhandle, and I
Okay,
was able to see kind of firsthand the job of a Texas game warden. And so my job was to observe and assist the game wardens in any way that I could. And I would have jobs such as operating the boats during stops or unloading and helping maintain the boats.
okay,
I assisted during BWI investigations that we had. During water safety inspections, I would help the game wardens keep track of their water safety equipment that needs to be aboard all vessels.
okay.
And I checked fishermen for their fishing licenses and just tried to help out in any way I could, even helping out with children at their youth fishing events that they hosted.
Okay.
So it was a very rewarding experience, and
Well,
I had a great time during this internship.
you got a wide variety of things, and you traveled to different places across the Panhandle.
Yes, sir. So I went anywhere from Lake Possum Kingdom on 4th of July weekend. I was
Okay,
there for 4 days and we patrolled that lake. I went to Lake Meredith. It seemed like almost every weekend.
okay,
I went up to Lake Greenbelt a couple of times.
okay,
Well, actually just one time, but I went across the Panhandle quite a bit.
okay. So tell me like the most important thing you learned over your internship. So, important thing or important things that you learned. What do you think that was?
I believe the most valuable lesson I took away from this internship is that dedication, integrity, and patience are the stepping stone of this job.
Hmm,
Being able to use those qualities in your career is the best way to succeed in it.
yeah. Oh no, that's great. So how do you think an internship like this makes you more valuable than maybe students who don't participate in an internship like this?
So in this case, the Texas Game Warden, that's a very competitive field to go into.
Hmm.
And in just the internship this summer, there was over 300 students that applied for it across Texas,
Wow.
and only 12 were selected. So being able to be a part of that group that's very important whenever you're moving on to the hiring process in this,
Hmm.
because that shows that very little people get to see firsthand what the job is like before you get to the job. And that's just something that you can't replace with ride-alongs or something like that, because you actually get to work with the game wardens.
Yeah.
And I just believe having firsthand experience, I mean, that just grows your resume in any kind of career you want to go to.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So you'll probably have a leg up if you apply for a full-time position with them, right?
Yes, sir. I'd like to believe so.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so too. So, well, Jayden, what's your advice for students? Like if a student's thinking about doing an internship, but they're nervous to apply or just hesitant to apply, I mean, what advice would you give a student like that?
I would just say, I mean, go for it. If you get an opportunity to get an early look in a career that you're interested in,
Hmm.
I'd say that's probably the best thing for you, especially for students that are in college and they kind of know what they want to do, or even students that don't know what they want to do. That's a great way to get into
Yeah.
a career and see if that's what you want to do or not.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really would help you kind of lean towards your career path. And
Yeah.
I would just say go for it.
Like even though the game warden position internship was very competitive, I mean, they didn't expect you to know everything about being a game warden to apply to that, right?
No, sir. No, sir. So all they were looking for in their applicants was they wanted people that were, you had to have a certain GPA.
Hmm.
They wanted to see that you are active in your community. So I do some volunteer work with wildlife rehabilitation.
Mhm.
And I've ridden with some game wardens, so they want to see that you're determined
Right.
and that you're really serious about this job. And that's really how they boil down to what they want as an intern,
Okay.
is people that are putting in the work there.
So they're kind of looking more for the person and the interest rather than like, I mean, because they're not expecting you to know all the different skills and stuff that a game warden is supposed to have.
No, sir. So they do a great job of teaching you about that in the internship.
Yeah.
So I know there was a few people there. Well, there was one other intern that I know of in this one that she really didn't know a whole lot about Texas game wardens. She was from Chicago, I believe, and at the end of it, whenever I got to talk to her after it was over, she said that she learned a whole lot from riding with different game wardens across the state, and
Yeah.
they do a really great job of explaining things to you.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, perfect. Well, Jayden, that's such helpful information. So I think students are going to benefit from that a lot. So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yes, sir.